What is up, everybody, NC?
JC and
We got 10 good things in wrestling for 2026. I know we're known for our negativity and how we just always bag on the modern product, but here we are to prove that we're positive and to prove that there is positivity in modern wrestling. It's not a desolate landscape of just hopelessness. There's
no.
actually good things out there. So we're going to start off with number one, and this is good. TKO has been stepping in a lot more. They've been stepping on that big nose idiot's back and letting him know, hey, we're tired of you stupid shit. So what we're gonna do, and even if the fans fucking hate it, we're gonna inject celebrities into this shit. We're gonna bring
Right.
in rappers. We're gonna bring in Tom Brady. We're gonna bring in anybody we can to save the product. But not only are we gonna do that, we're also gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut all your favorite black and gold darlings and we're gonna retire them. And we're gonna make you look like a fool when you put over Aleister Black as the next Rock and then your dumbass has to fire him.
Right. Absolutely. And that's the thing, man, is that they're finally putting their foot to his nose. And then this needed to happen. This has needed to happen for the longest time. Is that it's not him 100% getting his way. He is getting his way most of the time, don't get me wrong. But they are stepping in more often now. They are notice as the ticket sales are getting as they're getting harder and harder to sell, as like they're not selling out these venues like they used to. They're stepping in more now. They're now interjecting more. They're now adding in more celebrities. They're doing more things to make the product more exciting than what it already is. They're going to come to a conclusion eventually that they're going to have to fire this guy. Like there is no other way about it. You have to fire Triple H, but they're stepping in more often now.
Well, and the good thing about Triple H's incompetence, one thing that it does, every time they get desperate, they can't sell tickets for an event. What do? They break the Rock and emergency glass.
Yep.
And I really feel like that's going to happen with the bad SummerSlam ticket sales. And that's one of Rock's big events that he likes appearing at. So, especially I can see with Seth Rollins already hyping something up. They're going to try to do something with The Rock and Seth Rollins. Hopefully. We'll see what happens. It could be even lazier than that, but that's optimism right there. We're trying to be hopeful. So,
Oh
that's
yeah.
what's going on there. But let's talk about number two. A lot of good free agents. In fact, this is perfect timing. As of today, all of these guys who got cut, and a lot of them were on 90 days, they finally get their chance to go out and test what else is out there. So one of them is Dexter Loomis. Just recently won a bodybuilding competition, still in fantastic shape. Very underrated promo too, because he never
Yes.
talked in WWE, which sucks. You see like talented people like him, like Scarlett Bordeaux, excellent mic workers on the indies, and he makes them mutes. This is why we rag on Triple H, is because he can have a good mic worker under his roster and he doesn't know how to use them. He won't
But
even use them.
but even with him not cutting a promo, Dexter Loomis has that physical captivating charisma. It's like he just he could draw your attention in by not even saying a word. He's got that intensity that very few people have in the industry, and he's got it, man. So he's a great talent. If TNA wants to bring him back, he was Samuel Shaw in TNA. He was a pretty good promo back then. He was feuding with Christy Heavy. He was her stalker back then, character wise. But yeah, like he can cut a promo. He's a great talent to bring into any company. I think that WWE messed up by letting him go. I think that there are plenty of other talents they could have let go to keep this guy.
And the thing about a guy like Dexter Loomis, yeah, he is getting a little bit on the older side, but what have we seen lately with TNA? Is they're going out and they're signing a lot of these TNA legends, these people that have been in TNA for a little bit, or even, back in the day. He had a great stint back in the day as Samuel Shaw, as you were saying with Christy Hem and the Stalker angle. I think that he could be a good talent that they bring back. I'm just saying. And not only that, but you have to figure with all the cuts that they've been doing lately, are they freeing up room for some of these 90-day free agents? Who knows?
Could be. Could very well be. I mean, and like they need people who are gonna, because like if you're letting go of that many people, you got to bring in some known names. Like you can't be bringing in like Humper Bear, Crap Pillow, and Angel Garza. No, you got to be bringing in people that actually have a fan following. You know?
Exactly. And that's the whole thing about Hunter Johnson, is that he's going to try to bring in flippy guys. We want guys with charisma like him. And another guy that we would love to see come to TNA is Bo Dallas.
Yeah,
Bo
yeah.
Dallas is unbelievably underrated. Great mic worker, great actor, has recently put on some size. I think he could be a believable TNA world champion. Just saying.
Great promo, great actor. He's got a lot of Bray's talent. Now he doesn't have the size of Bray, but he's got a lot of the talent of Bray. I think he's a very underrated promo. He's a very underrated actor, and I think they Triple H really messed up by dropping the ball with the Wyatt Six. I think there's so much more they could have done, but he just didn't see it. His big nose got in the way of creating something that could have been magical. It could have been something that would have been talked about, would have made the company a lot of money. But no, he saw it as a bunch of superstitious mumbo jumbo hoopla bullcrap, and he didn't invest in it. And that was to the company's detriment. And it pissed off a lot of fans. And
I mean, I don't
yeah,
I don't know why he did not like it. We never got a confirmation if
right.
because he has like supernatural gimmicks in the past, you know.
Tian Shaw, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's necessarily the reason why, but I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that he tried to push a storyline with it and it just wasn't working out. And with a guy like Bo Dallas, the piece that would have really made, I think, the Wyatt Six stand out is if they brought in Alexa Bliss. Everybody wanted
Yes.
that. Even Alexa Bliss wanted to
Mhm.
work with the Wyatt Six. You had that natural charisma there. I think that her acting combined with Bo's, combined with Dexter's, you got a lot of good actors in one stable. They could have made for some great segments, some great promos. It's a very ball drop opportunity that this is what WWE does nowadays.
Yeah, it's what they do, man. And unfortunately, it's not WWE that's dropping the ball. There are other companies too, man.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And even TNA, man, they let go of a guy like Eric Young. Now, Eric Young, don't get me wrong, he's a little bit on the older side, but the one thing that this guy has is that he is a good promo. He can be a good coach, and I think that's what WWE is going to hire him for. I think that he could be a definite asset to NXT as far as teaching wrestlers to be more well-rounded. Because that's the thing, is like Eric Young, he was never the biggest, he was never the strongest, and he made up for that in other areas. And I think if he could pass that on to a lot of these young upstarts over in NXT, because let's face it, NXT, it's got the bodies, but it got no talent behind the bodies. If he can show them talent or basically bring out their dormant talent, let's see it.
Yeah, or I mean, maybe he like knows a bunch of talents on the indies that he could scout and bring in. Like that's another thing too, is that like a lot of these wrestlers, like because they wrestle so much on the indies, and they got a lot of context there. I mean, they probably know of talents that we don't even know of that are tremendous and could be a great asset to NXT or TNA or AEW or any company really. But yeah, to let go of Eric Young, great promo, great actor, great in the ring. Granted he's old, but I mean, shit, look at WWE's roster. I think Finn Balor is older than him. Like there are some like ancient motherfuckers on WWE's roster. So I mean, Eric Young, is he old? Yeah, but is he more talented than a lot of the people in WWE right now? Yeah, I think he is.
The biggest difference, though, like with a lot of these TNA guys, which really upsets me, is that they set Eric Young up for a title shot. He won a battle royale that gives him a title shot for the TNA title. Cut him right afterwards. Had Steve Maclin and Mike Santana at the very, very top competing for the world title. They're both gone. Trey Miguel, I'm sorry, was at the top competing. He's now a free agent, it looks like. Moose talking about maybe being done with TNA. There's so much instability there. It's hard for me to make a bet on this company being the future with literally all their top stars being cut. Tessa, I mean, it doesn't matter. You go up and down, women and men. It doesn't matter. They're getting rid of a lot of good talents and not replacing them with good ones. Just saying.
Well, they're getting rid of too many too quickly. Like if you're gonna do this, you want to do it spread out over like 6 months to a year. You don't do it all at once within like the span of a month. And within the span of a month, they let go of Tommy Dreamer, Eric Young, Tessa Blanchard, Steve Maclin, Mike Santana. I think I'm forgetting like another person too, but they've let go of 5 top talents right there in a month, in 1 month. That is reckless. It is stupid to do it like that. But I feel like to some degree, for some of them, it needed to be done. Like Tommy Dreamer needed to be gone a long time ago. But yeah, I agree, man. I think that TNA needs to start signing some of these free agents. You need to have some star power on your roster. It's great to have Dolph Ziggler. You need more.
Oh, I agree, but Blair Davenport, I don't know if she would sign with TNA, but I think she's perfect for AEW.
Yes.
I don't know if she's still got beef going on with Will Ospreay. I know they dated at one time, but if she can come in there, I think she could work some great programs with a lot of the top talents that they have there.
TNA.
I'm thinking more AEW just because they have more of her style, you know, that snug international style. I think that's perfect for a girl like B. Priestley, Blair Davenport, whatever the fuck you want to call her. I think that either way, I think that she's got a great career ahead of her here in the States.
Yeah, good talent in the ring, decent promo. Yeah, I think she's got opportunities. At least I would hope so. At least I would hope there are some, because like she's a good talent overall. So I just don't understand why companies wouldn't want to have her. I know that she's doing a stint right now in Japan. I get that. But I think when she comes back to the States, TNA should take a look at her.
Maybe. Andre Chase. Now, this is a great talent right here,
Yes.
in my opinion. I mean, this guy went from being part of a boring Ring of Honor tag team called the Bravado Brothers that nobody gave a shit about, and he came in with this Chase U gimmick. And the great thing about Chase U is its ability to take up and coming NXT stars and get them ready for the main roster. I think it's the perfect transference point. I think it's an amazing gimmick. He was great in the teaching role. He became a better actor as he went along. This is the type of guy, honestly, I would love to see end up in AEW. And the reason
Yes.
why is because he's got not only the indie work rate credit, but he's also a good comedic talent, which AEW excels at. So I think he fits in like a glove with AEW.
I do too. I think he fits in perfectly there. I think there's a lot of other companies that he would work in too, but I do agree with you. I think AEW is probably the best fit for him. Yeah, I think that he's an underrated talent. I think he's a good comedic talent. I think he's a good talker. From what I've seen, he's at least decent in the ring. You know, it's like you're not getting a bad talent at the very least. So, yeah, I think he's a good talent, man. I think that the company's got to take a chance on Andre Chase. I think they dropped the ball on Chase U. I think this could have been a top. Looking at what gets over on WWE's main roster, Chase U would have gotten over. And the shirt, like, it's even innocuous too. It's like it's not like a face of a wrestler on it or anything like that. It's just Chase U. When you like a random person looks at it, they're not going to know what it means.
Right, and that's what we want wrestling to have more of, is more innocuous merchandise, because we're so sick and tired of fake wrestling bullshit across the
Right.
front and then across the back some stupid catchphrase that nobody fucking cares about. We're tired of that. We want something new and better, and what we want is we want more curvy women in pro wrestling. We want people
Oh,
like
yeah.
Elektra Lopez back. I don't think that AEW would ever hire her because she doesn't have the work rate. TNA, however, would be a good spot for her simply
would.
because she's got that look. She's a good mic worker. In my honest opinion, I think she fits in. You put her with like a top Hispanic dude that they got over there, like let's say they do sign Santos Escobar. She's the perfect mouthpiece for him.
Mhm.
And I would love to see her in a top spot again, a top company where we can see her acting, her mic work, and her other assets, of course. So
Oh yeah, well, and I think she fits in perfectly in TNA. I think that there's an opportunity right there. I think TNA needs to start getting more. They need to start signing more talents. Like it's great to build from within, but it's like building a football team. You have to build through the draft and supplement through free agency. Well, you got to do the same thing if you're TNA. You got to build what you got currently, while also supplementing through the indies and supplementing through the free agents that are available. So yeah, I think Elektra Lopez is good in the ring. I think she's great on the microphone. I think she looks great. I think she'd be a tremendous asset to TNA or really any company, even if it's AEW. I think she'd be an asset there. I think she'd be an asset really anywhere.
I agree. Another set of free agents, Enzo and Cass. Now, here's the sad thing about this rumor is that it looks like WWE is only going after Cass because that's all they're showing in these promo videos. They're not showing Enzo, which is very frustrating because we would have it the other way around. Just saying.
Exactly. Well,
but
because
no,
which one's going to sell you more merch?
right, and exactly which one's going to pop the crowd? Just saying.
Exactly.
But Triple H. Maybe Big Bill will have a better career over in WWE, but at his age, without Enzo, I'm just skeptical. If they're really bringing him in solo, they're fucked. Just saying.
No, it's a really bad idea to bring him in solo because there's nothing to Big Bill. Like, what is there to Big Bill other than he's a big guy? There's a ton of big guys. Like, there's like Oba's a big guy. Almost. They have another 7 foot tall guy. Like, what else do you have other than being a decent at best talker? Like, what do you got? Like, Big Bill has.
He's white, and yeah, he's white.
I mean, he's got the right look. Yeah.
All you need.
Not much else, but he's got the right look.
Not much else. But we talk about big ball drops. This is a huge fucking ball drop from NXT. Gigantic, because in my honest opinion, Gigi Dolan could have gone on to replace Toxic Attraction, could have gone on to even replace as the head of Fatal Influence. She would have been a great coach at the top, a great leader. She's getting better. I think that honestly, this is the type of talent that I would love to see back in AEW or in AEW. I don't know why she's still working GCW. I don't know what's going on there. Same with Shotzi. That's another great talent. It's like you got Gigi and Shotzi. They're both friends. Let's see you get the fuck out of the indies. Let's see you go over to a big league. I'm not expecting WWE, but AEW, why not?
No, I agree, man. Or even even we keep mentioning like TNA. Like, I think TNA would be good for her too. She's a great talker. In addition to looking drop dead gorgeous, I mean, she's a great talker. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't. like if you're WWE, she's young too, like why you wouldn't keep her and have her be the mouthpiece of a faction or have her be a manager. Like if you're like if like Triple H and Shawn Michaels are totally out on her in-ring ability, make her a manager. Like whatever happened to the art of managers? Like it used to be something that, you know, you could take someone like a Jim Cornette or a Paul Heyman. If they can't wrestle, okay, that's totally fine. We're going to put them in a suit. We're going to give them a microphone, and they're going to be the heel manager for so and so. And the heel manager is going to complement that wrestler. Look at like Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. You know, or like Lana and Rusev. Like that was another one where it's like that was an example where it could work. You could have female managers, and it could be freaking awesome. I feel like Gigi Dolan could be a great manager. Like if they're out on her being a wrestler, we'll make her a manager. But yeah, I think she's a tremendous talent. I think that this is a major ball drop from WWE. I think this is Triple H and Shawn Michaels being short-sighted and being too focused on the work rate.
Could be, man. Let's talk about Lacey Evans too. So here's a woman
Seriously.
that just came back to wrestling. I know you're immediately going to say TNA. I'm going to say NWA. They need somebody they need somebody like Lacey Evans to stand out. That's a perfect spot for her to come back and dominate and really look good on a good, I guess, spotlight comment. It's better than most indies. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
she needs like a good like on ramp. Like if you're like before you put her back on like a company with like a major TV deal or where they're airing in front of a lot of people. She needs to have an on ramp, and I think NWA is a great on ramp for her. I think it's perfectly suited for a larger than life, over the top gimmick like what she has, or like a version of it. I've always been a fan of that gimmick. I've loved that gimmick since day one. I think it's larger than life. It's imitatable. I think it's made of money. I think that if TKO were to get behind it, they could sell a lot of merch. They could, but I think Lacey Evans is a great talent. I mean, in the ring, she's decent. I will be like bad to decent. I'm going to be real, but she's a very, very good talker. She gets the talking art. Like she's a personality, and that's what wrestling needs more of. Fuck the work rate. The work rate doesn't draw you a fucking dime. What draws you money is personalities, stars like Lacey Evans. Like that right there. What you're looking at right there, that is a superstar. That is a larger than life gimmick, and unfortunately, they didn't commit to it.
Yeah, a lot of it has to do with if you're going to play ball or not. She doesn't want to play ball. So
Fair.
It comes into that. Joe Gacy, I think he's a great talent, but it's obvious that he's going right to GCW to feud with Atticus Cogar. Whatever. I mean, if he wants to get, like you said, an on-ramp, GCW makes for a fine on-ramp. He loves the deathmatch shit. I think he'll have fun there for a couple of months, but we would like to see him in TNA with possibly the other Wyatt Six if they're willing to go that route. We'll see.
I mean, well, just think about it real quick. Just think about it. You get Bo Dallas, you get Dexter Lumis, you get Joe Gacy, you get Eric Rowan, and you get even Nikki Cross. You get them all together in TNA. You could do something similar.
I don't know.
Nikki Cross.
Nikki Cross did recently buy 2 indies with her husband. I don't know if she's moving on to full-time promoter, if she's going to be doing indies on the side. But yeah, she's still a good talent for her age. She got better on the mic as time went on, got more of a feel for her character. She's still a goofball, but I think that type of goofball would thrive in TNA, just saying. So that's for Nikki. Another TNA talent we talk about all the time, Steve Maclin. They have a golden opportunity right now with Mike Santana signing with NXT. What I would have happen, have Mike beat Tony D'Angelo for the title at the next NXT TakeOver, have the lights shut off, Macklin's in the ring, attacks Mike Santana, continue the feud over in NXT.
You'd get a pop. You would immediately get a pop from the crowd if you do that. I think really for him, going back to NXT is the way to go. I think you put him in AEW. What's Tony going to do with Steve Maclin?
There's no story for him.
There's nothing for him there. There's absolutely nothing for Steve Maclin in AEW. And quite frankly, there's nothing for his wife, Deonna Purrazzo, in AEW either, or Ring of Honor. There's nothing there either. So it's like with Steve Maclin, he needs, like, if NXT were to, if they, and they knew, they need top talent. They need talent that has a lot of experience on the men's side. Like, they need a lot of experienced male talents in that company. I mean, you look at the shit they were rolling with a couple of months ago. They need Mike Santana. They need Steve Maclin. So Steve Maclin is a tremendous talent that NXT could scoop up, and I hope they do.
We'll see what happens. Now, as number 3, there are hot chicks in every company. There's so many, so I'm just going to breeze right through them. So, Nikita Lyons, they're misusing her like a motherfucker over in Evolve. They're fucking idiots. She's a great talent, like we said before. And here's the thing about her, too, is not only is I think she's a decent and competent in-ring worker, but she's also a great mic worker as well. She's shown she's a good singer, a dancer. She's great. Granted, she's not as thick as she is here in this picture. She's way skinnier. But, Nikita is still a great talent at the core. That's what it comes down to.
Absolutely.
This talent right here, what we got here? We got Cora Jade. I think Cora Jade is going to have a career renaissance in TNA. I really
Yes.
see her as Elena Black having a career renaissance and really showing the world what they missed out on in NXT.
Absolutely. So WWE, and there's a lot more. And I think, I think right now she's showing what she's got, like the talent that she's got. And I think she's like getting her passion back for wrestling. And hey, good for her, man. Like her being in TNA, I think it's a perfect fit. I hope she does great things in this business. And I hope that TNA keeps improving and they got a good talent in her. So yeah.
Absolutely. So, Chelsea Green, for all her faults, here's the thing. Chelsea Green, she's a great, this is what just bugs the shit out of me. She's a great talent, man. She's a great mic worker. She's a great actress. She looks like a porn star. She is made for TV, but she's so injury prone.
Yeah.
Like, if you were talking about anybody being a fucking valet for the stars right here, what I would do is I would make her Logan Paul's valet.
Yeah. I like it. I like that idea because it's a good way to use her. She's a great talker. She's got personality. She looks incredible. But yeah, like this is another example of like if you're out like, oh, the women aren't as hard as they were in the Roots Aggression era. What we're looking at right now is proof that these women can hang. They could go toe to toe with the bitches back in the Ruthless Aggression era and even the Attitude era. I know it sounds crazy. I know we got nostalgia, but we got to keep
We'll
it
show
real.
you. We'll show you. We'll keep
we'll
on
show
going.
you.
We got to prove the case here. So this is another one, AEW talent Anna Jay. Now she did resign with AEW, so you're probably not going to see her in WWE anytime soon. But I feel in due time that this could be a premier talent in AEW. She's just rising up the ranks right now. In due time, she could be a premier talent. I haven't seen really any of her promos lately, but it's hard to pay attention to her promos when you got that in front of you. She's honestly, I think, let's talk about the face card. I think she is the absolute most beautiful woman in pro wrestling.
Fact.
Just saying.
I can't argue. She's by far and away the most beautiful. And in fact, I would say she's more beautiful than any chick you could name from the Attitude Era or Ruthless Aggression. Name them. Trish Stratus, I think she's prettier. Lita, way fucking prettier.
Let me say this about the Attitude Era and Ruthless Aggression. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of these women exuded sexual energy, but let's be real about them. Muscled up bodies, fucking softball titties, fucking Clydesdale asses.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like a fucking real woman right there. Just saying.
Oh my God. I mean, she looks incredible. Like absolutely just like 10 out of 10. And like if you were to like find a chick who's a 10 out of 10, I think there's a good case for Anna Jay.
She could pull off a perfect Catwoman cosplay, just saying.
I mean, she's working on it right there,
Just saying. Okay, here's another one, Shotzi. We were mentioning Shotzi earlier. Shotzi to me is such a waste of potential because to me, she's in her prime right now. She's in her prime, and granted, she's having to deal with a couple injuries. She's still wrestling through them. She don't give a shit. No. But even then, if you don't want to use her as a wrestler, she's probably dead on about being a wrestler. Make her a valet. Mm-hmm. This is the type of chick, we've already seen what she's doing over in MLW as the head of that faction, the Contra faction. Mm-hmm. She's doing great.
Yeah.
I think this is the opportunity that she needed to show that she's not just a pretty face, that she's not just a work rate bump machine, but also she can work a mic. I think she's a fantastic talent. I'd love to see her in a big league again.
No, absolutely. I mean, I'd like to see her in a company that's, bigger than Major League Wrestling, where they're getting they're struggling to get 100,000 viewers, but because you got a talent like her, very attractive. Now, maybe not everybody's cup of tea, but she's very attractive, no doubt about it. Pretty face, beautiful body, and beauty all around. But she's a great promo, great actor, great in the ring. She's a talent that I really feel like, and she's got the charisma. This is another ball drop. This is another one we could have put in the free agents, but right here, she could be in any company. She could be an asset to AEW, to TNA, WWE.
You know what I would do if I were Tony is I would hire her and give her a segment. They should give her like an Elvira type show where she just talks about matches or wrestlers or whatever, but does it in her own spooky way. I think that she's a great on-air, charismatic personality. Let her host her own show.
I think that'd be a really good idea. Or at the very, like what you said, at the very least, make her a manager. But this is an example. But either way you put it, this is an example of another hot chick in wrestling right now. She's an MLW, so but there you go.
Another one.
Oh my God,
another
one.
And they're good buddies too. I don't know if you've ever seen their Ghost show that they got over on YouTube. But this is what I'm saying is when you have two charismatic personalities that are made for TV, you don't leave them over in MLW. You put them in a big league. I know it's a package deal with Kerry and, Tony don't want the work rate. it'll be worth it. Trust me.
No,
Yes.
I don't know. I think Marlene is hotter than this. I mean, like nostalgia, man, nostalgia. Now, if we're being real, come on, Scarlett Bordeaux is amazingly beautiful, unbelievably beautiful, and this is another example of a chick in wrestling that is just hot. That like it's like if we put the nostalgia glass, we take them off, and we just look at things objectively, fairly, truthfully. What is true is that the women now are hotter than they were in the past. That's the fact. Here's another one.
And here to me, Lola Vice. Now, granted, she's got a long way to go on the microphone, but I can understand why they made her champ for a little bit. Right. They should have had her as champ for like a fucking year, but no, they got Kendall Gray doing her shit. Either way, Lola Vice, she's a great potential. I'm looking forward to seeing her on the main roster. Personally, I would have already put her on the main roster. I would have probably put her in a tag team with Valkyrie. I think that they need more good Latina tag teams, and they look great in AAA. I would bring them to the main roster. I don't know what the fuck they're waiting on when they already have chemistry.
I don't know. I mean, Triple H is just not a good booker. So I mean, you're so right. Is that like there's another one? Here's another example. You know,
tying it in, man. We were talking about Valkyrie. Now Valkyrie's a great looking talent. I just hate that tattoo on the back of her neck, man. Like, I could see why people find her attractive. Don't get me wrong. She's beautiful. But at the same time, man, you look past that. You look at her soul and you're like, man, it's a dirty soul. But yeah, she's hot. So give her that. Another one with the dirty soul, but hot, Liv Morgan. And Liv Morgan has just been exuding the sexuality lately, really growing into her character. And really, I can understand why Triple H has the title on her. I really hope that she doesn't have to job to Rhea, but, at least she looks like a woman. That's the one thing you can give her, and I'm happy she's getting career opportunities in Hollywood, too.
Same.
So she's doing well. Mina Shirakawa, beautiful woman. It's kind of a shame she's stuck in AEW. I think that she's one of the more charismatic Joshis out there. Just imagine what she could do in WWE, just saying. I know. But no, she's going to be in probably AEW for the rest of her career, and whatever. She's a great talent. I'm having fun seeing her over there. So yeah, another hot talent. Here's another talent over in AEW that I really hope gets a chance at WWE, especially since they helped her get her green card. They helped her come over here to the States. Let's see Haley over in WWE. You done your work over in AEW. I think you done what you can do. Come over to WWE. That's where you belong.
She's a WWE talent. I mean, if we're being real, like she's not known for her work rate. She's known for her entertainment ability, and she's incredible. She's a very, very entertaining, stunningly beautiful woman. And it's just there's incredible talents in the industry now. It's not all shit. Like, I understand why people get negative on it, but like there's things to be positive about. Mara Sade, another example of a beautiful woman in TNA.
Yeah, she looks great, and she's really coming into her own in TNA. Soraya looks fantastic on her comeback. Mm-hmm. Another top talent. I know she has her history of injuries, but I still think that she's a great potential for a Valet. You want to move her over to Valet, she's fucking ready for it.
For Judgment Day?
Maybe. This is another great talent. Just recently showed up. I know she had done work in TNA before, but she really took the staple when she joined Mustafa Ali's stable, and she's standing out. She has definitely Stacy Keibler-like potential. Just saying.
Oh, yeah. Stacy, like a mix of like Stacy Keibler and Tracy Brooks. You mix them together. I think Gia Miller said she called her like Tracy Keibler, and it's a funny name, but it's kind of apt when you look at what we're looking at right now. But again, this is an example. Not everything sucks in wrestling in 2026. There are some good things. Here's another great talent in pro wrestling that's very attractive. Jada Parker. And NXT right now,
wasting your time on Jey Uso's dick, but hey, you're young, so we'll forgive your stupid decisions. You'll get wiser as you get older, and you'll dump his dumb ass. So
that's true.
We'll give you that. So yeah, there's a lot of hot chicks in pro wrestling all over the place too. I mean, it don't matter, dude. You could tune into like Coastal Championship Wrestling, and you're gonna see a hot chick. Every indie has a hot chick now, so that's good. But absolutely. One of the good things we got to talk about the great male potential out there on the indies, and there's a ton. So here's one that we put over all the time, Richard Holiday. And from the looks of it, he's signed with WWE.
Good.
He's a great talent. I think he's going to have a great career over in NXT. They really need a talent like this. And I think that eventually in due time, he's going to get that shot on the main roster. He's going to do very well.
I think so. But if I were to describe him to people, like who is Richard Holiday? To me, he's like a bigger MJ. He's like Randy Orton and MJF, like a mix.
I can see that. Yeah, that's
Kinda.
that's a fair comparison. I can see definitely the MJF rub off since they were in the same stable with MLW. So yeah,
Mhm.
I get that. Here's another talent right here. Uh, not sure if you guys know who he is. JC, tell him who this guy is.
This is Big Ben Bishop. He's 7 foot tall, and he's a tremendous talent. He's hysterical, as you can see. He's the better Big Cass. He's just funny. He's got personality. He's intelligent. I think that this is a guy that could be a tremendous asset to any company. It could be TNA, NWA, MLW. It could be WWE. Hopefully, AEW. I mean, you name the company. This guy is a great talent. He really is.
Dude,
Hard
I didn't
worker.
even know
Yeah.
that was him at first. That's why I had to ask. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And then I go to the next
Yeah.
picture and I'm like, it's Ben Bishop.
Yep.
Oh, I get it now.
He's hysterical, man. Like he's hysterical. He could get the crowd to react, and I think this is a guy that has money written all over him. This is a guy who I think could be part of the future of pro wrestling. And I think he's like 29.
From everything he says, he really likes working the indies and he's happy there. But eventually, in due time,
but-
he's going to want to sign with the big leagues. But he has to be looking at all his friends and contemporaries signing with all these companies. You know, Richard Holiday, one of his really good friends, potentially signing with WWE. Another one. Here's a big one. Josh Bishop is
Right.
going to be invited to SummerSlam tryouts.
Good.
This is an amazing fucking talent. If they pass on this guy, they're fucking retards. Like, because everything we've seen on MLW, JCW, this guy is a diamond in the rough. As you can see, he takes himself seriously. He hits up the tanning bed. He's a competent promo. He's good in the ring. He's obviously looks like an intimidating dude. This is the second coming of Sid Vicious in good packaging. Just saying.
Absolutely. I mean, he's six. I think he's like 6'3", like 250. He's a big guy. Like he's like if you want like a wrestler to look like a wrestler and be able to cut a promo and have intensity and have good matches, well, this is your guy. This is your guy. Josh Bishop is a guy that you want to be. This is a guy you want in WWE or in AEW or maybe even in TNA. But you want him in a big company. This is a guy who I think should be there. There's and like we went through the work rate era with Triple H and NXT Black and Gold and all the garbage that came up from the Indies. But there's not like it's not all garbage. Like there's some great talents out on the Indies that look the part of pro wrestlers that you can put on in like a major company, and it wouldn't hurt the company. They would fit in. I think this guy is one of them. I think Ben Bishop is another one. But yeah, I think Josh Bishop would be a great talent for any company.
No, you're absolutely right about that. And here's the thing, too, is what we're seeing with these tryouts coming up for SummerSlam. They got Josh Bishop. They got J-Rod from over in JCW. And they also got another talent. I'm not sure if you've seen him. Ox Adams, 7 feet tall. So there's a lot of ready for TV guys trying out for this tryout, and even women, too. So let's see where it goes, man. Hopefully they bring in some good talents.
I hope so, too, man. I really do, because like they've got to improve that roster, man. There is a lot of garbage at the top they got to flush out, and hopefully they do. I mean, hopefully Finn Balor is fired tomorrow, but probably not.
Well, let's talk about how there's number 5. There's more options for wrestling and more free streaming than ever before. So it doesn't matter where you look. It's everywhere you look, there's wrestling. And just on Tubi alone, you have what? You have Evolve, you have NXT, you got AEW. There's the TNA live stream that they got. There's so much wrestling out there right now, free for streaming. And if you know your workarounds, if you know how to watch wrestling, you can literally watch every single thing out there for free.
Oh yeah.
Just saying.
Oh yeah. It makes it it makes it a lot easier. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. Well, and that's the great thing about YouTube is that it's really given a track to NWA Power. It's even given a track to Lunacy and really got people out there watching Lunacy now more than ever. So, yeah, it doesn't matter where you look, whether it's Tubi, Paramount, what is it? YouTube, it doesn't matter where you look. Everywhere there's wrestling, man. That's a good thing. Just saying, especially if you want options. MLP Mayhem got their own show on YouTube. It's great. More options than ever before. What is this right here? As you can see over on what is this? Peacock?
Netflix.
My bad. On Netflix, yeah. On Netflix, they're starting to really get the lineup going on there. It's taking some time, but they finally are starting to build it up. MyAEW.com are adding a lot of indies to their whole personnel. They could be ending I could see them putting GCW on there in due time, but yeah, they're adding a lot of indies. What is it here? We got As you can see, this is over on Tubi, all the free wrestling. This is just a small, tiny portion of what you can watch on Tubi. My AEW, yeah, it's really worth it too. If you can get the channel, watch it on a VPN. There's so many options. The Vault on YouTube, we've done a lot of watch-alongs on there and had a great time with them. MLW Fusion, that's another show if you want to watch it on YouTube, especially if you want to see some of the stars that we've been talking about. Fusion has a lot of them. So just saying, there's a lot of options now more than ever, and we're happy about that, man. It gives people something to talk about.
No, it really does. I mean, so if like there's one, if like you're tired of WWE, you're tired of AEW, you're tired of TNA, like, and you want alternatives, there's a ton out there, man. There really is. There are a ton of alternatives. That's the thing is that like you don't have to give up on wrestling. You just find the one that works the best for you. Is like, and I wouldn't look for like the perfect company because no company is going to be perfect. No. Just look for one that at least entertains you, and I'm sure they're out there. Like maybe NWA is more your cup of tea. Maybe Produce is more your cup of tea. Maybe MLP is more your cup of tea. But there are options out there for everybody. Really, there are. Like there are even options out there for like if you're like a Russo fan. If you want JCW, well, there you go. You have a show that literally has Vince Russo on every episode that he's writing. So you even have that now. Or maybe let's say you don't want that. You want like TNA. Where you got TNA now, or if you want AEW, you got AEW, you got WWE. You have so many options now, like you didn't have before.
Well, no, that's what's a good thing, man. But we got to talk about these fed up fans. These fans are sick and tired, number 6, of Triple H, Cody, and Jay. And all of these people together, along with Gunther and Sammy, are really just pissing the fans off and driving them away. As you can see right here, Cody Rhodes' title win is WWE's most disliked YouTube video of the year. Nobody wants to see Cody as champion but Triple H. He's the only fucking one. I think most of the staff, too, most of the creative don't even want to see Cody as champion. I bet you even Cody's like, I'm sick and tired of this title. It's so heavy. No, it doesn't matter. Triple H will have him as champion because that's just his fail-safe.
Well, and we could even add it there, Grizzly, because because of the whole like the $25 tickets for SummerSlam thing. We could add that in as another example of the fans are fed up. They're not taking it anymore. That's the thing, is that like that's another good thing that we're talking about, is that the fans are not taking this crap anymore. They're not putting up with it. The fans booed Triple H out of the building. Like the fans are not taking it anymore. And if you guys remember, Triple H got booed. He got a much louder boo than Gunther ever did. He got absolutely booed out of the building. And this is like the fan. This is the fans not taking this shit anymore. They are not taking it anymore. They're finally saying no. They're finally putting their foot down and saying no. If you want us to go see your crappy rematch filled SummerSlam, you're gonna have to mark the tickets down to an embarrassing low.
Could happen, man. We'll see what happens. It's getting really nasty out there. But let's go ahead and talk about what is this, number 7? The roster is getting cleaned out, and this is a good thing too, because don't get me wrong, there's some good talents getting caught in the cleaning up. It happens every time they do a roster cleanup. Every time you get good talents that get cut. Sure. But a lot of the black and gold shit talents are being cut. Like if you look at this
Machine
list,
Guns.
Well, look at this list right here. We got Kari Sani, Aleister Black, Zelina Vega, Nikki Cross, Santos Escobar, Motor City Machine Guns. Who is it? Zoe Stark, Alba Fire. All of those are NXT Black and Gold talents that Triple H was invested in.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. These are talents that he were invested in, and the good thing is that there are good talents on that list, no doubt about it. But the good thing about that is that now they're going to be able to go to other companies and enrich them and make them better. So like now AEW, TNA, NWA, maybe even JCW be better off because now they have access to these talents.
True. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, it's really an open market right now, but who knows if they got the money for them, and who knows what these free agents are charging for their price tag. That's another thing. They could ride back themselves into the obsolescence, just saying.
Sure, they can.
It can happen. But let's go ahead and talk about number 8, new U-Stars Rising. So we got Braun Breaker. We've been high on him for a very, very long time. Ever since NXT 2.0 started, we knew this guy was the future of the company. And in due time, I think he will be. I think injuries have set him back a lot. It has a lot to do with how he's being used on TV. I think he overtrains maybe. I don't know what the full scope of the issue is, but I would love to see this guy be protected so he can be the future. Don't blow him up. And he's blowing him up right now, which pisses me off.
They really are, and they're giving up on him, and you could see it just pisses me off that Triple H is the one in charge of all this, just completely clueless, has no idea what he's doing. With Braun Breaker, I think you're right, man. I think he may be training too much. It may be too intense, and it's like I think the last injury that he had was the hernia, and it's like he's training. He might be just doing too much. Like, and you look at a lot of what he does in the ring too. It's a lot of like high impact, high intensity moves. Well, those cause damage, man. You got to work safer. Look at Seth Rollins.
I mean, shit, especially since he wrestles like a similar style to Roman Reigns. Look at Roman. He even had to deal with the same shit with the hernia. I don't know what it is about spears and giving people hernias, but it does that shit. So yeah, he's a great talent. Trick, another amazing talent. We've been high on this guy since he debuted, and he was the bag boy to Carmelo Hayes. We're like, why is this little fucker getting pushed? Push this dude.
Right, because like your eyes don't deceive you. Like, people want to say, but Carmelo Hayes is the better wrestler. He got the work rate. The work rate doesn't fucking draw shit. What draws is star power. What draws is charisma and spectacle. And that is what Trick Williams, he's spectacle, he's star power in the making. That is a talent. That is a superstar right there. And we just didn't shut our brains off like a lot of wrestling fans didn't, where they focused on only the work rate. No,
we did.
We know. What's that?
No, that's the thing is we never shut our brains off.
No.
We're the ones who kept it real while everybody else was like, the Carmelo hates his ball, guys. We were like, dude, no, pay attention to the young Booker T over here.
Right, exactly. Like, look at how talented this guy is. Look at how much star power and spectacle he has already, how much charisma he's got. Your eyes don't deceive you, man. And this is a guy who's rising in TKO. And I hope that Ari Emanuel and Mark Shapiro put their foot down and say, Triple H, you're not going to be putting Finn Balor over him. No, you need to be making new stars, not elevating your geriatric part-timers that you got here in on the main roster now. No, if you're over the age of 45, you need to fucking go. Looking at you, CM Punk.
I was just going to job him out to Baron Corbin. Why not? Fuck it. He's white. He's bald, like me.
I know. Well, and apparently Baron Corbin is actually signed now to WWE.
Oh, shit. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens. Oba, fantastic talent here. I'm so glad that Brock chose him as his last opponent. This guy, yes. I believe, has all the potential in the world. My biggest thing about Oba, though, is I feel like they've really just rushed him up to the top because there's nobody else. Like, right. He feels so rushed. He needs a valet. He needs somebody with him. Wouldn't mind if he was a Heyman guy, honestly. Like passing the torch, so to speak. They need a valet or a manager to up him to the next level because he's a great talent. He needs somebody else. I don't know if it's just me. How do you feel about that?
I agree, man. Like, what I would do at SummerSlam is in Brock's supposed last match, I would have Paul Heyman turn on Brock and join with Oba.
Sure.
And screw over Brock in his last match out. And then now you align Paul Heyman with Oba Femi. Maybe you have Oba Femi as the new leader of the Vision to replace Seth. Maybe you do that. If you want to give the Vision a little bit of more legitimacy and change it from a goofball faction into something that could be kind of sort of taken seriously. But yeah, I think aligning Paul Heyman with Oba Femi is probably the way to go. To me, he doesn't remind me as like the new Brock Lesnar. He reminds me as like the new Goldberg.
And we need people like that. So let's see what we do with Oba. Let's talk about number 9. So they got Russo over in JCW. For like you were saying earlier, for all the Russo fans out there, this is perfect for them. You get your Vince Russo fix that you've been wanting him to return to booking. You get to see it, man, over in JCW. You get to see a lot of his outlandish ideas that would be shunned in other companies. And that's the thing, too. We always refer to JCW as one of the few storytelling companies out there. There's not too many like them. They're very rare. And that's the one thing we can commend Vince Russo for doing is bringing storytelling back to pro wrestling.
Absolutely.
So there's that. Let's talk about number 10. The fans admit that Triple H is losing it. They want him fired. Here's JD from New York, one of the biggest crybabies of all time. This guy right here, such a little bitch. Always whining about AEW, but now he's even turned his attention over to Triple H and WWE. He's even gotten tired of this shit. This is how it is.
The fans, even the marks, are speaking up about Triple H now. You were not seeing this in 2024 or 2023 or 2022. You were beginning to see it in 2025. You are now seeing it full force in 2026 to the point where, like, who is supporting Triple H now other than like the nichest of the nichest of the Triple H, you know what writers? Like, who's supporting him now?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Just a couple dorks online, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is. So, yeah, that's it. People are waking up slowly but surely. That's the whole thing. It's like I would say this year is the age of reveal. Not only are you seeing all these crazy conspiracy theories come true, all those all those people that say, "Oh, those TWRP guys are nut jobs." Yeah, everything we said came true,
Yep.
and it's going to come true about wrestling too. Just wait and see.
Yeah.
But when JD from New York, one of the biggest Triple H writers out there, is blaming Triple H for the last 2 years of garbage when he was the biggest optimist out there, tells you everything. This is the biggest canary in the coal mine to the fact that even the dumbest wrestling fans are waking up.
This is more important than, like, because I could have shown you like multiple examples of like random people on Twitter saying, I hate Triple H, fire Triple H. This one matters a lot more because JD from New York has over 170,000 subscribers on YouTube. This guy has reach. This guy has a massive following. What he says gets echoed out throughout the IWC. Let's be real here. When he's saying this, when he is saying that Triple H is going to be fired and he's doing a garbage job, that says everything you need to know. Like that this is more of an indictment of Triple H than any other example I could show you.
Yeah, he's waking up, which is good for him. A lot more people need to wake up, and we're glad that they are, man. It took them long enough. It's all I can say. So thank you for joining us for the top 10 good things in pro wrestling in 2026. And see,
JC and
peace out.